Right, listen up, because what I've got for you today is the kind of Celtic scoop that'll have you glued to the screen like a punter watching a last-minute penalty at Paradise. We're talking Kühn, whose form might not have dropped. It might have collapsed under the weight of playing more minutes than he ever has in his entire career. Then we've got Tierney, our boy coming home, but already picking up knocks before he's even had a proper Parkhead pint again. And to top it all off, a cheeky 8 million quid raid, predicted for a Burnley baller and a surprise midfield addition that's got AI going full football manager on us. But here's the kicker, that last story's the big one, and ye don't want to miss it, trust me. So do yourself a favor, stay locked in right through. Drop a like if ye bleed green, hit that subscribe button like Maida hit the afterburners, and tell the algorithm this is your club, your channel, and your time. Now let's dive in, because it's all kicking off again in Paradise. Right, listen to this. You remember when Nicolas Kühn was flying, don't you? Back when he pinged that absolute belter in Munich, folk were already whispering he was neck and neck with Maida for Player of the Year. But fast forward a few months, and folk can barely remember what boots he wears. The drop-off? Aye, it's been rough. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did he chuck the toys out the pram after no move in January? Was he sulking after we flogged Kyogo and brought in a nobody? All fair questions. But here's something that might flip your thinking. Turns out, by the time January rolled around this season, Kühn had already played more minutes than any other full season in his entire career. I'm talking nearly 3,300 minutes off for Celtic this year. That's nearly double his best total before he even pulled on the hoops. So maybe, just maybe, it's not attitude. Maybe the boy's just knackered. He's no Maida, who runs like his feet are on fire and his soul's made of iron girders. And you can't expect a lad who's never played more than 1,800 minutes a season to suddenly power through like Calmac in a Glasgow derby. And don't forget, Brendan did the same with Rio Hatate. Pushed his fitness till he could go the full 90 every week. Maybe Kühn's in that same process. Maybe the gaffer's trying to toughen him up for next season. Or maybe he's just gone flat. But that's where I turn it over to you. Has Kühn earned a proper shot next season? Or is it time to admit he's not got what it takes to wear the hoops week in, week out? Let me know below, mate, and keep it honest. Would you give him time, or are you moving on? Right, grab a seat and take a deep breath, because we've got a wee bit of a scare, but no need to throw your scarf into the Clyde just yet. Kieran Tierney, our KT, has pulled out of the Scotland squad with a knock. Classic timing, eh? Right before he's due to officially rejoin Celtic in July. He trained after the Iceland match, so it's not like he hobbled off mid-game. But still, he's out of the Liechtenstein match and folk are raising eyebrows already. Look, let's be honest, it's frustrating, especially for the lad himself. He was starting to look sharp again with Arsenal at the tail end of the season, even bagged a goal in their last game, and we all know when Tierney's firing, he's not just good, he's unplayable. Steve Clark was clearly counting on him for this international window, but now the gaffer's got to reshuffle. But here's where you can breathe easy again. We're in the close season. No games for a while. Plenty of time for ice packs, physio, and rest. If he's gonna pick up a niggle, this is the best possible moment to do it. Not during a Champions League group tie under the Parkhead lights. And don't forget, he's coming home. Officially ours again in July. The papers are signed, the crowd's waiting, and Brendan Rodgers is probably already working out how to use him and Greg Taylor without one of them sulking on the bench. What a problem to have, eh? So let me ask you this, and I want your honest take. Should Celtic be cautious and ease KT in slowly or throw him straight back into the mix as our first choice left back from the off? Because one thing's for sure, Paradise is ready for him. The only question is, will his body be? Let me know what you think, mate. Right then, let's get into this, because this one's pure daft, but in the best way. Straight from the rumor mill, stirred by a robot, sprinkled with wishful thinking, and served up like it's gospel. Aye, we're talking transfer predictions. Strap yourself in. So apparently, Celtic are set to sign Burnley winger Jaidon Aye, the very same lad Burnley just paid 8 million quid in for. and he's barely had time to stick up a saltire in his gaff before folk are sending him up the road with a green and white scarf and a hail hail in his step. Now don't get me wrong, the boy's got quality. Played a massive part in Bournemouth's promotion charge, few goals, few assists, looks sharp, but the idea Brendan's gonna swoop in and lift him out Burnley's front garden after they've just wrapped him in bubble wrap? Come on now. That's like sneaking into your neighbor's house and stealing their kettle while it's still boiling. And it disnay stop there. The algorithms also handed us Ali Al-Hamadi from Ipswich. Aye, the lad who was punted out on Lone Tay Stoke. Bit less glitzy in it. He's not exactly set the heather on fire in the championship. More of a stick him on the bench in case someone pulls a hammy kind of signing. But that's the pattern here. One rumor feels like it came Fey Football Manager with the editor turned on, and the other's got backup striker written a hour it. It's like someone threw darts at a map and landed in Burnley and Ipswich by accident. So now, here's where I want you to weigh in, pal. If you had to pick one, a proper headline signing like Anthony, or a solid squad lad like Al-Hamadi, what does Celtic really need this summer? Are we going bold with big-name firepower, or smart with someone who can grow into the jersey? Let me, can down below, and they fence sitting, pick your man.